last time I saw you, you said, listen, I'm going to open up a car showroom, call it Morecambe Car Sales. What's happening with that, mate?
It's still loaded, still pending.
I need to ask you about this big picture that came out from Tek and Sheikh, yourself, Cristiano Ronaldo,
Epic picture, yeah.
Epic picture, one of the biggest pictures of the year.
Yeah.
Talk to me about conversations that happened between Ngannou and AJ.
There wasn't much conversation, to be fair, between any of us.
Yeah, in terms of that fight, Joshua and Ngannou, the winner faces you. Is there any one of them that you preferred to face you?
It's what you've just said there, and what people are saying is counting your chickens before they've hatched. I've got to fight, what's he called, Usyk, and beat him twice first before these two guys can get a shot at anything.
Speaking of that Usyk fight, obviously it got delayed because of the cut. How has the cut been? How have you been training?
Yeah, cut's good, and I'm always training good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Was it some added fire from what happened after the cut, the back and forth with the Usyk's team? Is there added fire in your belly?
Not really. It's a business to me, and an opportunity to gain all the belts together at one time, and that's what I'm looking to do.
Boxing is a very back and forth. You are the man at the top, and then all of a sudden you fought in Ngannou. People say, listen, Tyson may need to retire. Joshua wins, knocks out Wallin, and says maybe this Joshua's back. What do you make of this sort of back and forth? And now people are saying maybe Joshua.
I think it's good because it's healthy for boxing. Without competition, you can't make any money, and that's what we're in it to do, make dough.
I want to ask you, can Deontay Wilder come back? A lot of people are saying like...
I think so, yeah. I think he can come back, for sure. I think he's fighting again. I actually know he's fighting again, but I can't drop who and what date. But it's coming soon, a massive fight with Wilder involved.
What do you make of Joseph Parker's performance against Wilder? Is that how you expected it to go?
Yeah, I was probably one of the only people who expected Joe to win. He did a fantastic job, yeah.
Now facing Zhang, massive fight in terms for the boxing scene. How do you see that fight playing out?
It's a real tough fight for both guys, both lovely fellas. And obviously I'm going with Joe Parker because he's my pal and I want him to win.
I do want to ask you, there's talk about a possible fight with yourself and Joshua in
Wembley. That was a rap, man.
I got scared as well. Joshua in Wembley, would you ever go back to the UK? Is that something that saves you?
Saudi Arabia is my home at the moment. I'm going to do 2 fights here with Usyk, and then whoever wins out of them 2, then I'll do that fight here in Saudi, and then maybe if it's Joshua, then we do a rematch at Wembley.
Can I ask you, obviously,
that would be the cherry on the top, like that would be finished.
Can I ask you though, with Ben Davison training, Anthony Joshua, Ben's been very close, he knows your sort of game, that maybe that does give AJ an advantage having someone like that in camp?
I don't think so, no. Every fight's different, no 2 fights are the same, as we've seen many times. I don't think that really has any weight to hold.
Final one before I let you go. Give me your top 5 heavyweights of all time. I know you're boxing for it, massive, so give me 5.
Tyson Fury, 1 to 5.
All right.
Can I just ask one final question? Ryan Garcia on social media, I'm sure you've seen what he's been saying, that Devin Haney...
I'm not on social media at all. I try my best to not go on social media because it wastes me time and day. I like to spend my day doing productive stuff, but I do have someone who does the social media.
So what would you give, what sort of advice would you give a fighter that you've been in this position that's maybe going through some sort of mental sort of breakdown? What was sort of
I don't believe anything I see on social media, so I don't know if he's having a mental breakdown or not. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
Tyson Fury, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.